As more vaccines make their way into arms, the UK is one step closer to achieving herd immunity. A large portion of the population, however, remains vulnerable to the virus. Previous studies have highlighted that COVID-19 patients with underlying conditions are at higher risk of death. Now, a new study has revealed that patients with diabetes may be deficient in COVID-fighting cells, heightening their risk of infection. The study, led by Chen Yujiang, from Nanjing University, found that 4 different mRNAs, which are high in healthy people and lower in diabetic patients, could inhibit the virus by targeting the spike protein. More than 2,000 different mRNAs have been discovered in humans. They collectively regulate 1/3 of the genes in the genome. The researchers also noted that exercise could increase the level of COVID-inhibiting mRNAs in the blood, offering better protection against the virus. Data from around the world has shown people with comorbidities, when one or more additional conditions co-occur with a primary condition, have significantly higher risk of death from COVID-19. Type 2 diabetes, the sign on your toes of advanced blood sugar damage, doctors warning. However, scientists have yet to decipher why risk of death increased for such patients. The researchers at Nanjing University felt compelled to understand the mechanism underlying the increased susceptibility of people with comorbidities. They had previously showed that approximately 89% of viruses that infect humans could be targeted by human mRNAs. The team's latest analysis revealed that 4 mRNAs were significantly decreased in diabetic groups. Don't miss Pfizer vaccine, 4 troubling side effects that mainly follow second dose of COVID jab, inside How to Live Longer, the anti-aging drink that can regulate cholesterol and blood pressure, tips type 2 diabetes, the sign on your toes of advanced blood sugar damage, doctors warning, insight. Through their analysis, the scientists successfully demonstrated that these mRNAs can directly inhibit the spike protein of the virus. While the mRNAs of young people can effectively inhibit the virus, this inhibitory effect is markedly decreased in elderly and diabetic patients, according to the team. Moreover, they observed that 3 out of the 4 mRNAs were significantly increased in healthy volunteers after 8 weeks of continuous exercise. These findings stand in contrast with a notice published on the Diabetes UK website on August 9, which stated, if you have diabetes, regardless of what type you have, you are not more likely to catch coronavirus than anyone else. And the majority of people who do get coronavirus, whether they have diabetes or not, will have mild symptoms and don't need to go into hospital. However, everyone with diabetes, including those with type 1, type 2, gestational and other types, is more vulnerable to developing severe illness if they do get coronavirus, but the way it affects you can vary from person to person. A study published last month found that as many as 2 in every 5 Americans who have died from COVID-19 were suffering from diabetes. The study estimated about 40% of death from COVID-19 in the U.S. were among diabetic, prompting debate over whether people with the condition should get vaccinated. Dr. Robert Gabby, Chief Scientific and Medical Officer for the American Diabetes Association, said, "I can't say this strongly enough, if you have diabetes, get vaccinated. Speak to your healthcare provider, discuss your concerns." With a high risk of hospitalization and death related to COVID-19 6 to 12 times higher in people with diabetes, it's time to get vaccinated. It comes as the Department of Health revealed that there were 32,700 new infections today, up from the 31,808 recorded last Friday. cases have been rising week on week for 7 days, and deaths have also increased by 7% to 100 today. Related articles: Type 2 diabetes, the sign on your toes of blood sugar damage, doctor signs of heart disease, the 5 warning symptoms to watch for. Scientists' mind-blowing discovery ties gut health to age reversal.